Hello, everyone. Previously on Community Connections, we introduced you to Vintage Market and Decor in Randall, Minnesota. Laura shared her powerful journey to sobriety with us and how that led to Jen and the Vintage Market and Decor.
I was busy with my nursing career at the time, which is when you and I had first crossed paths. I was working down in St. Cloud in the intensive care unit. And I did that for a number of years, and I got some really great experience, and that helped me to bounce into my dream job. And I did helicopter nursing for many years, and it was the best job ever. My kids were little at the time, and so it was holidays, weekends, nights, weird sleeping schedules. It was really difficult on my family life. And then the other real underlying problem is that I'm an alcoholic. And that job was very unforgiving. Mm-hmm. And let me be clear, too, that job is not the reason I am an alcoholic. That's who I am. Like, that's who I've always been. I've always had those addictive tendencies underneath my skin. But that job was a really beautiful catalyst. You know, I had a good day. We drank. I had a bad day. We drink. I survived today. Right. It's my day off today. You know, I could always justify it and excuse it and walk my way around it. And so that went on for many years. You know, and if you were to have walked into my household, you know, there wasn't plates flying across the kitchen. It wasn't, you know, that kind of stereotype of what you hear of when it comes to alcoholism. It was a very unspoken thing in our house. I was always under the influence. I had to be. I would go into withdrawals if I wasn't. And this went on for about 10 years, over 10 years. And then on 10/10 of 2017, by the grace of God, I woke up that day and he just said, no more. We're not doing this anymore. I didn't have this great external event. You know, I didn't have a DUI or a child custody or divorce, ultimatum. I didn't have any of those external things. I just had this incredible internal struggle, and it was getting so dark, and I was just having a lot of suicidal thoughts and just things that I knew were not me. And there's kind of this feedback loop of I drink because I'm lonely, but I'm lonely because I drink, and it just goes around and around. So I woke up that day, and for the first time ever, I looked at my husband, again, those unspoken words, and I said, I think maybe, vaguely, I might have a little bit of a problem. I couldn't, commit to it, you know.
Yeah.
But I said, and I remember he was standing in the doorway, and I just saw this weight, this sigh, this, I don't know where we're going from here, but we're shifting, you know. And so, again, for me, I began withdrawing later, physically withdrawing later in that day. And so I took myself down to St. Cloud, and I admitted myself to the detox unit there, which was a horrible experience, I mean, it was what it was. Mm-hmm. I had to be there. I know enough medically that I needed to medically withdraw safely, and where I was getting being monitored. So did that, come back home to my home, mm-hmm. where I do these things. I don't go to the bar. I don't go to bingo. I do these in my home. I have liquor bottles in my closets. I have them in my laundry room under the hampers. I have them everywhere just in case, you know. And so I remember having to have a very frank conversation with my husband that I'm coming home tomorrow I'm physically sober. I need to go to a residential treatment place. I want to go to a residential treatment place, but there's a stark problem in our mental healthcare system, where even somebody as myself who's voluntarily saying, no, get me in the car, let's go. I had to wait over a week before I could get into a facility where I was now safe. So I had to have this conversation with my husband, go under the hamper, go in my closet. You're going to find this bottle here and that bottle there. And
how humbling, right?
oh, it was the worst.
Man.
It was, it was just like that pit. It was just one of the most raw conversations I ever had to have with him. A lot of these things, he's not a stupid man. He's not ignorant. He knew there were bottles. People that are around this and live that close to it, like you know these tendencies, you know these motives and where things are. It still surprised him. Like, no, just keep taking. There's more down there.
Yeah. Kudos to you for breaking that cycle for your kids.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So for me, finally went to a residential facility. I went to Hazelton over in Center City, and I followed all of the things they told me to do. They said, follow these guidelines. Statistically, you have better odds of doing okay, because the failure rate is just through the roof, for people with addictive lifestyles. So I followed through with my inpatient stay. I was there for quite a while. Came back home, transitioned to home, followed through with all their outpatient services for another extended period of time. As I'm going through that, there is just this heaviness on my heart that's telling me that if I'm going to move forward, if I'm going to take care of myself, if I'm going to recover, I can't go back. I can't go back to what was comfortable and easy. And for me, the helicopter nurse, the flight nursing, that was comfortable. That was easy. And so I had to make a really difficult decision, but I resigned from my position. And so I've been resigned for coming up on 3 years, but I've been sober.
Then that's how all of this came to.
Right. Yep. So
you needed to focus on something else, and that's how.
Yep. So now I come back. I don't have this full-time busy career and all those things that I had to keep me distracted with before. And now I got to do something with these, and I got to find a new circle of people. Yeah. Because I have to cut all of that. I have to wipe this slate clean. So many of these people were either in my life already or in my backyard. I mean, you were just a stone's throw down the road. Like, we should have met years ago. Yeah. But they were people and pieces of the puzzle that were always there. And God just orchestrated it all together. And it turned into this little market with a cup of coffee and some girlfriends. And we connect with people when they come in, and we just want like a genuine, authentic relationship with our community. So
and you totally feel it, even just pulling in here. So thank you for being open and honest. And this video, in my heart, I feel like it's going to help somebody. And there's people that need to hear this story.
That's all that I would ask is that one person. Gosh. Is that one person it speaks to. Yeah. Because it's such a dark place.
And it's lonely.
It's such a dark place, and you get to a certain point where you don't have a choice anymore. The people around you are saying, be strong and have more. It's like, I don't have a choice anymore.
I will say the things that you walked through, it's projected in the market. People come and they feel so accepted and so loved by you because of what you walked through. You see people where they're at, and they feel that. We feel that here.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Yeah.
And whatever their walk is.
Yeah.
Like, I may have never walked that, but gosh darn it, I'm going to try to understand, because I'm the first one,
The barn door is always open.
And that is a great way to leave this. I love it.
Why didn't you come up with that sooner?